Did you get any of that?
Hello. If you're watching this, you probably saw the video that Krydeka put out on YouTube where he was trying to call me out. Honestly, I really don't care that much, but I do want to give some context to everything since he did bring up some good points on the document. And what I mean by good, it's just, I don't even know. This first part's going to go over the Vanseria part of the document that I mentioned. Basically, Vanseria was this player that we met on this game called Dead Zone Classic. And it was me, Sleepy, Sneaky Steve God, and I think TWD. We played Dead Zone for a good period of 2023 or so, and at one point we found Vanseria in game, and I think she was teaming, like she had a teammate or whatever. Eventually, somehow, Sleepy decided to add her on Discord, and she ended up getting invited into the friend group. And for the longest of time, I think sometime around like October, November 2023 was when all this happened, like when we added her. Sometime, I'm pretty sure this might have been December 2023. She decided it was a good idea. I'm pretty sure somebody either found out her town name or she said it in VC, which was this small little digi town somewhere in Ohio or whatever. I was like, hey, I heard you're from Ohio or whatever. I said, what part? And then when she accidentally leaked it, I said, oh, you're from so-and-so, Ohio? I have this curiosity or whatever where I go on the internet and I try and figure out, oh, this person's from Ohio, which part? And I always determine that 99% of people that I meet on the internet are from the Cleveland area. But I have no intention on doing anything with them at all whatsoever. However, I did realize she was from Cincinnati. And so I was like, "Oh, you're from here? Aren't you from like Cincinnati or something?" And then immediately like something clicked in her brain to think, "Oh, I'm going to do something bad to her." And so she started spreading word around the friend group. She said it to Sneaky, she sent it to Sleepy, she sent it to TW, she sent it to literally everybody that was in there. I'm pretty sure Brandon had it too. And then eventually, basically, the long story short of it was nobody believed it except for 3 people, and I'm going to name call them out right now. Siggy, the lead developer of Roskill Sandbox, Alex Poopy, he's one of his closest friends, and Dig3T, which I'm pretty sure he's one of the developers for Denver Northern or whatever that game was. But they decided to hold an entire bandwagon against me to try and get me banned from the friend group. Basically, at that point, nobody liked Vanseria because she was talking stuff behind our backs for the most part. Nobody really liked her. And she ended up getting ousted from the friend group a while later. But as it turned out, when we still played Dead Zone, she was dating someone, his name was like Dead Zone 17K or something like that. But he was an alcoholic. So we assumed he was 21 years old. And then we come to realize, oh, Vanseria is like 15 or so. And I had just dodged a bullet there with Vanseria. But I had no intention on doing anything with her whatsoever. If I did have intention, it would be very obvious. But I did not make any advancements whatsoever. So yeah, that's the context behind that. I'm at a payphone. For the second part, I wanted to talk about my Twitter account and what I've been posting on there. Back in 2021, 2022, I had just gotten back into the friend group after being exiled previously for siding with another controversial figure that I will not bring up. I regret that, by the way. But I'd come back.
Roblox movies.
I started doing that in a more simplified way around then. And eventually I evolved between like then and sometime in 2022 where there ended up being an incident. Somebody decided to saw one of my pieces of art or whatever, which was entitled Little Green Men. They took a screenshot of my art or whatever from their computer, and like they basically did one of those like that what you got there smoothie meme or whatever, but instead there was a GP20 and then the computer screen was cut off with the piece of art on it. Basically, I was the person behind the image in the background. Yes, I will take the blame for it. So basically, I was on and off about all that stuff or whatever, kind of around 2022, but going into 2023, I started getting a little bit disinterested in what I made, especially when you, Devonte, you're not a victim here. You're not the victim here. You're actually kind of a suspect as well. You came up to me. You asked me to make something for you, despite the fact that you're calling me out over this stuff. It's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? Thing is, you came up to me. You asked me to make something, and I said no. And do I regret telling you no? No, I don't regret it at all. Because you were the one that asked me about this. So, you ask yourself, am I as much of a degenerate as he is? But after that, my interest really kind of gradually came off or whatever because I really did not care about the community at that point. So
here I am staring at a payphone in misery.
Devonte, if you're gonna call me out on that, even though I literally called myself out, that's just being a dead horse at this point. So I really don't care what you say about me. I just wanted to bring up context. So if you want to keep being a dead horse, go ahead. And if it changes something in your life, then good for you, I guess. I don't know.